Okay, let's get it out of the way to start with. Smart targets are boring. We've all heard of SMART goals. They've been done to death, drilled into us as the be-all and end-all of goal setting. And if you're anything like me, they leave you uninspired, boxed in, and frankly, bored. I mean, where's the emotion in specific, measurable, and achievable? It sounds like something out of a spreadsheet, not a motivational tool to get you out of bed in the morning. Today, I want to talk about something that's been a real target setting game changer for me, and that's PACT goals. PACT, which stands for Purposeful, Actionable, Continuous, and Trackable, is the best alternative that I've found to SMART goals because it brings emotion, motivation, and actual progress to the forefront. It's about doing the work that matters, not just ticking boxes. In this video, I'll break down what PACT goals are, why they work, and how you can use them for yourself. And yes, we'll be looking at some great examples for our students to try too. I've created a free download with a PowerPoint and a handout that you can use with your students to help them set much more motivating targets. And I'd love to know what you think of this method in the comments below. So if you're ready, let's jump in. Okay, so before we delve into the PACT method, let me just say this again. 9 out of 10 SMART goals are dull. There's no life in them. They lack that emotional connection that keeps us invested. Specific and measurable sound nice in theory, but let's be real. If the goal doesn't have meaning, you're not going to care whether it's achievable or time-bound. I mean, who actually feels excited about setting SMART targets? SMART goals might work for robots, but we're human. We need something with heart and drive and something that makes us actually want to do the work. That's where PACT comes in. PACT brings flexibility, momentum, and a sense of purpose that SMART targets just don't have. So what is the PACT method? PACT goals shift the focus from ticking off a box to actually making progress. PACT stands for Purposeful, Actionable, Continuous, and Trackable. And unlike the SMART goals, PACT goals are designed to fit around you and what motivates you. They prioritize action over planning, and the focus is on output rather than outcome. Let's break it down. P is for purposeful. The first thing you do with PACT goals is ask yourself, why am I doing this? Purpose is everything. Without a real reason behind what you're doing, you're just going through the motions. Your purpose is what ties your goals to your larger ambitions and gives meaning to each step that you take. For our students, instead of setting a vague goal like get a B in maths by next term, they could define their purpose as, I want to understand fractions because I'll need them for my engineering project next year. See the difference? Purpose gives that emotional connection, the why, and suddenly the goal feels more meaningful. A is for actionable. Now comes the fun part. Taking action with PACT, we focus on doing the work and not endlessly planning for some future date. It's all about what actions can be taken right now. SMART goals often get bogged down in planning, focusing on the destination, and before you know it, you've spent more time making a perfect plan than taking the actual action to achieve your goal. Take one of our students who needs to prepare for an exam. Instead of a SMART goal like study for 2 hours a day, which sounds like a slog, they could say, today I'm going to review just one specific topic and do 10 practice questions. It's actionable, bite-sized, and doesn't feel overwhelming. C is for continuous. This is where PACT really stands out. The focus is on continuous progress, keeping moving forward. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment, and you don't get paralyzed by overthinking. You don't have to hit the pause until everything is perfectly in place, because let's face it, that never happens. Instead, PACT encourages you to make small, meaningful steps towards your goal every day. What's the very next action I can take to move towards my goal? For example, a student working on a long-term project could say, I'll draft 3 paragraphs each day this week for my science report. Continuous progress beats perfection any day. T is for trackable. Lastly, PACT goals are trackable. This isn't about waiting until the end to see if you've achieved the goal. It's about tracking your output as you go. You can see exactly how far you've come, and that sense of progress fuels your motivation to keep going. You can celebrate the small wins instead of waiting for some far off finish line. Let's say that a student's preparing for a presentation. Instead of saying, I'll be ready by Friday, they could track their progress with PACT. By today, I will have rehearsed my intro 3 times. They feel accomplished every time they hit the smaller milestone, and trust me, that feels a lot better than waiting for Friday to see if their goal was smart enough. Let's look at 3 examples of how our students can set PACT goals to stay motivated and on track. Purposeful. A student wants to improve their public speaking skills because they want to become more confident in expressing their ideas during class. Actionable. They decide to record themselves presenting for 5 minutes each week. Continuous. Each week, they make adjustments based on feedback and reviewing their video. Trackable. By the end of the month, they've recorded 4 presentations and watched their own progress. Purposeful. Another student wants to ace their history coursework because they're aiming for a university place that requires excellent grades. Actionable. They set the goal to complete 1 research task per week for their essay. Continuous. They don't just stop at finishing the research, they keep refining the essay draft week after week. And trackable. They track their progress by breaking down the essay into manageable sections and celebrating each completed draft. Purposeful. A student wants to improve their art portfolio because they're applying for an architecture degree, but their current course doesn't focus on this. Actionable. They plan to complete 1 new architectural inspired artwork every 2 weeks. Continuous. They don't wait for inspiration to strike, they work on sketching or refining every day regardless of their mood. Trackable. They keep a visual log of their progress, reviewing how each piece has improved compared to the last. So why am I such a fan of PACT over SMART? Well, that's because for me, SMART goals are mechanical. They sound like something a machine could follow. Specific, measurable, achievable. Ugh. There's no life in them, there's no passion. PACT goals, on the other hand, are dynamic. They keep you engaged, moving, and most importantly, connect you to why you're doing the work in the first place. PACT goals allow you to adapt and flex as life changes. You're not stuck trying to hit some arbitrary time-bound target that might not even make sense anymore. With PACT, you're always making progress, and that's what really matters. Ready to give PACT a try? Here's how you can set your first PACT goal today. Define your purpose. Why are you working towards this goal? Make it meaningful. Identify your actions. Break your goal into small, actionable steps that you can start right away. Stay continuous. Don't overthink or wait for perfection. Keep moving forward. What's the next action you can take to move forward, no matter how small? Make it trackable. Track your progress along the way and celebrate the small wins. So that's PACT goals in a nutshell. Give them a try and you'll find yourself and your students more motivated, more engaged, and making progress faster than you ever have before. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on how you plan to use PACT for yourself and your students. I'd love to hear about your own progress, and let's kick those boring SMART targets to the curb. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.